those making less than $43,000 a year overtime pay if they worked more than 40 hours a week. The action brings the old threshold of $35,000 set under the first Trump administration back into effect. Additional pay. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Danish police are closing the investigation into the devastating fire that destroyed more than half of Copenhagen's old stock exchange.
Police say that nothing points to the fire being a criminal act. The Copenhagen police officer in charge of the investigation says, quote, "It is not possible to determine the cause of the fire in the historic stock exchange building. No one has been charged in the case." The fire tore through the major tourist attraction on April 16th and toppled its green copper roof, as well as its iconic dragon tail spire.
That's correspondent Jeremy House reporting. More news, more analysis, and headlines available at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
If your approach to everyday aches and pains is to mask them, feel better for a few hours only to have the pain return and then repeat the cycle all over again, it's time to try Relief Factor. And the good news is Relief Factor makes that easy. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. Instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it. How? Well, its unique formula of ingredients helps support your body's response to inflammation. Relief Factor was developed by doctors. It's 100% drug-free. And for so many people, the results are game-changing, even life-changing. So give it a try. Right now, their 3-week quick start is just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. See how in a few weeks or even days, Relief Factor can reduce your pain. When you feel better, life is just better. So don't mask pain. Fight it naturally with Relief Factor.
McDonald's is making a big move.
McDonald's is investing $100 million to bring customers back after a recent E. coli outbreak. The fast food chain is trying to lure customers back after an outbreak of E. coli tied to onions on McDonald's Quarter Pounders. Those, by the way, are back on the menu. The investments include $65 million that will go directly to the hardest hit franchises. According to federal health officials, Colorado reported at least 30 cases, while Montana had 19. Overall, at least 104 people got sick and 34 went to the hospital. I'm Shelley Adler.
Boeing has delivered layoff notices to more than 400 members of its professional aerospace labor union, part of thousands of cuts planned as the company struggles to recover from financial and regulatory trouble, as well as an 8-week strike by its machinists union. You'll find breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor. One of television's all-time greats is being honored by the U.S. Postal Service, and in an incredible way. Correspondent Shirley Adler has the story on a very special lady.
Many loved her as an actor, and now fans of Betty White will soon see her face on a forever stamp. One of the many great things about Betty White, who died a few weeks shy of her 100th birthday, her approach to aging in this 1995 AP interview.
I'm sad for the people that if they turn 30, I'm almost 40, and they waste a whole decade belaboring the fact that they're growing older instead of enjoying that decade.
And she would be thrilled to find out that she will be on a 2025 forever stamp, although the post office has not announced a release date yet. White, who's known for roles in The Golden Girls, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, and Boston Legal, died in December of 2021. I'm Shelley Adler.
More on this and other stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Yo, Mike. Hey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review.
And good morning, and I am Joey Driscoll, joined by Dawn Driscoll once again. Good morning, Dawn. How are you today?
As we start the Sunday show lately, I got Love Note 27.9 from Paul Laz. We'll be listening for your transportation segment, so I guess that's second Joey's music segment. So.
And Paul wants me to do the weather, so I will do that for Driscoll, Texas.
And you got
Driscoll,
your love
North
note
Dakota.
over here, but I think my love note's number.
So, weather time. Driscoll, Texas, 66 degrees with a high of 90 today. That's incredible. 90 degrees in late November in Texas. That's awesome. I'd much rather be there right now instead of here where it's cold.
It's not cold.
It's not that bad, but it's not 66 degrees.
It must be 90.
No, it's not that bad. 90 is pretty good. 90 is pretty good in Texas.
Yeah.
Not here. 90 is hot here.
Pretty good. Yeah, stay in Texas. I don't like 90 any time of the year. To be honest with you.
90 degrees today for the high. Nice and sunny today in Driscoll, Texas. 66 for the low. 84 tomorrow. 55 for the low, and then no rain the rest of the week. Rain on Monday, but no rain for the rest of the week. Pretty nice temperatures there in Driscoll, Texas. Driscoll, North Dakota, 33 degrees with a high of 49 and a low of 29. There's going to be a snow coming in Driscoll, North Dakota, coming up on Wednesday. A high of 25 with a low of 19. And also, again, next Sunday with some snow, too. So it's starting to get pretty cold. Cold enough to where it's snowing in Driscoll, North Dakota. 33 degrees in Middleboro. Clear skies, clear today, no rain at all. No rain until possibly Thursday. So that's not going to help the drought conditions at all. But 62 today, 33 for the low. In the 60s tomorrow as well with a low of 39. Clear skies, or mostly clear skies tomorrow as well. So the first half of the week looks pretty good. The ending of the week, we're going to get some rain to end the week. But a pretty nice week once again here in the area. Middleboro, there you go, there's your weather there. Taunton, 62 degrees for the high today, 32 for the low. So we're at freezing pretty much. 62 tomorrow, clear skies. Clear skies up until Thursday, or next to no clouds until Thursday. We're going to get some rain in Taunton as well. Taunton Thursday and Friday we're going to get some rain. But 32 degrees right now for the high, for the temperature. 62 for the high right now in Taunton. So there is your weather. Our today in histories. We start with that. We'll start with that now. 1869 in Egypt, the Suez Canal linking the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea is inaugurated. The Suez Canal, really important waterway there, Don.
It still is. I mean, it was a few years ago that cargo ship got stuck on the metal. Remember hearing about that?
Yes.
And I mean, it took a few days to get it free, but I mean, it really crippled the world economy. I mean, that little waterway, it's not a little waterway, but it's a waterway.
Yeah.
If that ever gets plugged up, the world economy goes into a frenzy. Tailspin.
H.H. Holmes on this date, 1894, one of the first modern serial killers, is arrested in Boston, Massachusetts. 1973, November 17th, 1973, during the Watergate scandal in Orlando, Florida, U.S. President Richard Nixon tells 400 Associated Press managing editors, "I am not a crook." Turns out he was. Turns out it ended up being that he was. His campaign was. But yeah, not good.
The way he said it too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not good. 1993, the United States House of Representatives passes a resolution to establish the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. Depending on who you ask, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It's depending on who you ask. But that was an important resolution at the time in 1993. North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, passed on this day. And in 2019, the first known case of COVID-19 is traced to a 55-year-old man who had visited a market in Wuhan, in Hubei province in China. Birthdays today: 1887, Bernard Montgomery, the first Viscount Montgomery of Alamein, and English field marshal, very important in World War I and World War II. Mostly in World War II. I think he served in World War I as well, but he was really popular and really important in World War II. Don Bernard Montgomery.
Yeah.
1901, Lee Strasberg, Ukrainian American actor and director, very important figure in the film industry. I think in New York as well. I think he has a school there in New York, so he's very important. 1938, Gordon Lightfoot, Canadian singer, songwriter, and guitarist. He passed away this past year. Very, very great Canadian artist. One of the best Canadian artists to come out of Canada, Don.
I could always know when I come downstairs and I heard some Gordon Lightfoot playing. Joey was playing some Gordon Lightfoot, so I must have. I knew it had to have been his birthday because he usually does that. He usually plays the song or does something with the whoever's birthday it is. Something he plays. So.
Yep. I also did that for another person, what I will talk about here in a minute. But 1942, Martin Scorsese, American director, producer, screenwriter, and actor. Great producer, Martin Scorsese. Every time he puts out a movie, it's really a must-see.
He's put out the best mob movies ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, Goodfellas and Casino, in my opinion. Some people would. And did he put out Godfather too? Right.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe that was Martin Scorsese. Yes. Yeah. 1944 on this day, Danny DeVito, American actor, director, and producer. Funny guy.
Oh, he's awesome.
But he can also do the serious roles as well. He's been in some movies he was more in the serious role, somewhat.
He's great on Taxi. You ever see Taxi? You ever watch Taxi?
I don't. I think I might have. But there was some other movies that he did that were really good as well. And also he was on Always Sunny in Philadelphia as well.
Yeah.
Which is a funny series.
But if you've never seen Taxi, Joey, check out some Taxi episodes. The whole cast is awesome.
1944, Tom Seaver, American baseball pitcher. He played for the Mets and also for the Red Sox. He played for the Mets from 1967 to 1977, and he did play for the Red Sox 1 year. He went there 1 year towards the end, this last year of his career there. But he is a 12-time All-Star. 1967 to 1973, 75 to 78, and then also in 1981, he won the World Series championship with the Mets in 1969. He's a three-time He's a three-time National League Cy Young Award winner. He's a National League Rookie of the Year. He won the National League Wins crown 3 times. He was the National League ERA leader 3 times. He was the strikeout leader in the National League 5 times. He pitched a no-hitter on June 16, 1978. He has his number 41, which he wore for the Mets, retired. So no one on the Mets can wear number 41. You have him in the New York Mets Hall of Fame and also in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame as well. And he, of course, is in the most important Hall of Fame. He is in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Inducted in 1992 with a 98.8% vote on the first ballot. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Tom Seaver Played from 1967 to 1986. Passed away back in August of 2020. But Tom Seaver, very important pitcher in baseball during the 70s and 80s. Yeah, it's his birthday today. He would have been 80 today. 1948, Don. We were playing a clip of his earlier. Howard Dean, American physician and politician. He was the 79th governor of Vermont. He ran for president in 2004. I believe it was 04.
Yeah, it was 04. Yeah.
And he probably was leading a little bit at the during the primaries, but there was something that happened, and at the time, it probably shouldn't have sunk his campaign, but it did.
I don't know why it's not. I don't know why. It just seems like he could have won.
Yeah, I think he probably could have won.
There was a lot of it was a grassroots campaign. I thought of what I remember of it, and I don't know why. I mean, he got, where was he, in Iowa? He got a little excited.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I mean, that was the ultimate sin to do that.
At the time, I guess it was. I don't know. If he would have did it now, it wouldn't have gotten nearly as much scrutiny.
Things have changed.
Yeah,
I mean, things have changed.
Yeah,
but, I don't know. I mean, everyone seemed to like him. He was a popular governor up there. He was a doctor. I mean, the guy had a lot going for him. I was looking at him. I kind of liked him. You know what I mean? At first, but then he didn't make it. But
yeah.
I guess it's up to the voters.
It is.
But
All
I
right.
mean, it's. But if the press is like browbeat him because he got too excited, I think more people listen to other people, like their friends and families, more about who they vote for more than they listen to the mainstream media these days.
Yes.
They go to like small radios. They listen to shows on AM radio and I don't think people back in 04. I think the machine, the media machine, was really at its forefront as far as
it was at its peak. Yeah.
They were bullying. They're kind of bullying.
They were.
It's not like that anymore.
Yeah. No.
They don't.
No, never
for
close.
both parties. I mean, Trump really started going after the media, but
yeah.
Even everyone else, even the Democrats party and all the everybody now is like fighting back from the dumb questions that the media asks them.
Yeah.
Everybody from the Democrats, the Republicans, the presidential it's just I don't know. I think that was the beginning, in my opinion, that the mainstream media was really starting to bully people. That's all I can say. Not to get political here, because we don't do political, but we're talking about the press here. We're not talking about any.
No, we're not talking about politics here.
No, but I mean, we're not talking about any candidates. We're just talking about the way it was, and it's just. I liked Howard Dean. I did. I mean, I was thinking about voting for him. To be honest with you, I liked him. I liked his grassroots campaign. And then he just got pushed out.
All right, 1966. Richard Fortus, American guitarist, songwriter, and producer. He was part of Guns N' Roses for their 2008 album Chinese Democracy. And I think he was with the band for quite a while. Might be with the band still. I'm not sure. I know the band is a much different band from what it was in 08. You didn't have Duff McKagan. You didn't have Slash. You didn't have anybody really in there other than Axl. But then they came back together. They reunited, and a lot of the people that were in there in 2008 were gone.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Great album though.
Very, very good album,
Chinese
yes.
Democracy?
The 2008 album, Chinese Democracy. If you're a Guns N' Roses fan, check that out.
Yeah, the lead guitarist name's Buckethead. Okay.
Yeah.
Great guitarist.
Yeah. Little goofy with the bucket.
Yeah.
But
does he wear the bucket?
He does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does. But
everyone's gotta have Everyone's got to have an angle. Everyone's got to have their own niche, their little
But
stick.
he's good. He is a great guitarist, so I can forgive him for the bucket hat.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, Richard Fortus, Guns N' Roses, Dead Daisies as well, prior to Glenn Hughes coming in. He was on their second album, I believe.
Yeah, he was the first guitarist.
I believe
The
so.
second was Doug Aldridge
Then Doug Aldrich came in, yep.
and replaced him, and Doug Aldridge is still with the band.
Yes, and that band completely changed
That's what
when
that
Doug
band's all
Aldrich came
about.
in.
They just changed their lineup from every
And then really got a lot of attention when Glenn came in.
Well, because
Yeah.
Glenn Hughes.
Because he's Glenn Hughes.
Yes.
Exactly. So there you go. 1978, Reggie Wayne, American football player, most famously with the Colts. He is another probably potential Hall of Famer as well. He played with the Colts from 2001 to 2014. He also played with the Patriots, but you probably didn't see him because he was on the practice squad only during his final year as a player. But he drafted in 01, played pretty much his entire career with the Colts, other than that 1 year with the Patriots, but he didn't see any playing time really in 2015 with the Patriots. Like I said, he was an off-season practice squad member. He is currently actually the Colts wide receivers coach as well, and they have a good. That was good. That was a good idea by the Colts to make him a coach there, because he is great. He is a Super Bowl champion, first team All-Pro in 2010. He's won second team All-Pro twice. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler. He is the receiving yard leader in the league from 2007. He has the Colts Ring of Honor as well, and probably going to go into the Hall of Fame as well. So he's a great player. Reggie Wayne. The Colts back in the 2000s were a powerhouse, with Peyton Manning and all the other players that went through there in Indianapolis. Just a complete powerhouse. But they have that. All right, passings for today. And Don, you'll know this one. 2002, Abba Eban passed away. South African Israeli soldier and politician. He was the third Israeli Minister of Foreign Affairs. Abba Eban is a fantastic speaker.
Yeah.
He did a great documentary, Don.
Yeah, he did Israel Nation is Born. He did it in the 90s, which got me interested in learning about Israel and about events in the Middle East. Some people tell me it's a little biased or whatnot, but I don't know, because I've watched it so many times. I respect other people's opinions or whatnot, but I've watched it a lot of times, and then when they had their 1995, came out in 92 though. There's like 5 episodes came out in 92, and then they did number 6 when they did the peace treaty between the PLO and Israel.
But that was at the Camp David Accords, or no?
No, Camp David Accords was 79.
Okay.
No,
that?
it was the Oslo.
The Oslo
I
ones.
think
Yeah.
the
The
Oslo
Oslo one.
ones, yeah.
But yeah, he did a really good job on those. A lot of great information, because he was there. He was there for a lot of these things.
Well, yeah, he was there. He was part of the government. It just goes to show it was like a story, and it's how Israel started out, and just pretty much he had a lot of good footage.
Yeah.
I mean, now you can find footage all over the place, but when I started watching it, and that came out in 92, it came out on PBS. So
it's a great series.
Yeah, it was a great series, and it was the same time I discovered Around the World in 80 Days with Michael Palin.
Yeah.
That is
I've been talking about that actually recently.
I love
as
it.
well. So.
It's so much fun. he's done Pole to Pole, he's done Full Circle, he's done a bunch of travel documentaries, and there's so much fun. And as far as the Pole to Pole, he did that in 1990, and he went through the Soviet Union right before the Soviet Union collapsed. And,
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how he could have got away with it. But Around the World 80 Days, it's just so much fun. I've been watching it since '92. I try to watch it as much as I can. It's one of those programs that never bore me. He falls in love with the people. He makes friends with the people. It's such a beautiful, beautiful documentary, in my opinion.
Let's take our first break right now, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, WVBF. .403 .545.
And complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495. Hi, this is Tony Lopes here to remind you of our local talk show lineup. Coffee with Tony airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. And my good friend Rob Lancaster takes over every Monday and Thursday at the same time. Local talk radio, great guests, and more calls. Heard here on AM 1530 and 99.7 FM, WVBF, your hometown radio station.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael Harrell. The court ruling blocks a new overtime rule applied to salaried employees.
A federal judge, Sean Jordan, has sided with the state of Texas and a group of business organizations that argue the Labor Department overstepped its authority when it expanded federal overtime eligibility for salaried workers. It would have allowed those making less than $43,000 a year overtime pay if they worked more than 40 hours a week. The court action brings the old threshold of $35,000 set under the first Trump administration back into effect. Additional pay. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says Russia has launched 120 missiles and 90 drones today in a large-scale attack across Ukraine, targeting its energy infrastructure. Zelensky says the Russians deployed various types of drones, including Shaheds, cruise, and ballistic missiles, too. The government says Tesla is telling drivers in public statements that its vehicles can drive themselves.
That message conflicts with owners' manuals that say the vehicles need to be
Yeah, I don't think so.
supervision. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is asking the company to make sure its messages are consistent with instructions to drivers. The request was attached to a letter seeking information on a probe crashes involving Tesla's full self-driving system in low visibility conditions.
The self-driving thing,
Correspondent Jeremy House.
they need to
Boeing delivering layoff notices to more than 400 members
take
of
their
the
time on,
Aerospace Labor Union.
or that's going to cause issues. It already is causing issues. The self-driving stuff. There's been crashes.
Strike by its machinist union.
They need to take their time on that.
Well, the thing is, if they don't, and something bad happens, that's going to push it back years.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. That was the same thing with the electric cars. They need to take their time on those.
Well, like I said, electric cars are going to really pop when you could pull an electric car into like a gas station or a charge station.
Exactly. They need to figure that out.
And it takes 10 minutes, the same amount of time it takes to gas up a car.
Exactly.
You can charge a car up, and that's when it will take off. And that's when it will take off. You know?
Not until then. I think
People
it's going to be.
45 hours to charge their car,
no.
and
No, we
then
don't.
be worried about finding a charger station. It's good for like local stuff. That's perfect for local
Yeah,
stuff.
it is. It's good. In Middleboro, there's a bunch of charging stations. at the town hall parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's perfect.
If you're buzzing around town, that's perfect.
It's
But,
perfect.
I mean, it you know,
Yeah.
and Amazon's using it and stuff, and it's good for like.
It's good.
You know,
It's good for them
you know,
because they're in the area.
right. Same with the little Jeeps that the U.S. Postal has. Get
Yeah.
those all electric. You know.
But not for the everyday user. It really isn't.
Oh,
Not
you-
for the everyday
Did you
user.
hear about the bus in Fitchburg that went through the glass?
No, I did not.
Remember we went to the train station in Fitchburg? There was that glass.
Yeah.
People wait in the glass foyer there. A bus drove through the last week, right through the glass foyer. Friday or Thursday.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That
I
ain't
don't know what
good.
happened.
Jeez, that ain't good.
Trapping some people in their homes. Sustained rain fell overnight and continued in the city of San Paulo Sula, where the storm cut off access to an entire community when a river crossing washed away. The Center for the Hurricanes says the region could see flooding for a while. This is SRN News. A New Hampshire animal shelter has a major problem on its hands.
A man arrived last Monday saying he wanted to give up 150 mice. Turns out he had way more than that. He turned over just 73 mice that
Ooh.
day. On Friday morning, another 450 had been transferred.
Remember going there?
Then
Yeah.
another
Yeah, the
500
the
or so
setup.
brought
You
in.
gonna talk about
The
it?
shelter's
I don't know,
executive
maybe.
director says basic biology is making things worse. Mice reproduce
Well, you can
often
dial it up on your
than
thing,
mice.
right?
Yeah, I can dial it up if we're going to talk about it.
Jason Walker
I'll let you know.
Go to the supermarket, you'd probably find a banana for less than $1, but a banana duct taped to a wall, well, that might sell for more than $1 million. An upcoming auction at Sotheby's in New York, the yellow banana stuck to a wall with silver duct tape is artwork entitled Comedian by Maurizio Catalan, and somebody will pay for that. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association
Okay.
is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country in freedom. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter,
Okay.
and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in the armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
3, 2, 1. And we're back. I turned down the bumper music. There we go. It is 7:36 a.m. I am Joey Driscoll. This has been a Borrowed Review. We're joined by Dawn, as always. And we got a couple of community announcements to talk about here. We have the Taunton Launch of Elks 150, honoring all those who served and currently serve. Military lunches for veterans, third Wednesday of each month. Lunch is served at noon. The next lunch-in will be this Wednesday, November the 20th. Veterans and currently listed military members eat for free. No reservations are needed. Taunton Lodge of Elks is located in the Miles Standish Industrial Park, 775 John Quincy Adams Road, which is located in Taunton. The number to contact them, 508-824-1500, 508-824-1500, and then also the email as well, meal@tauntonelks.org. Again, the next lunch is going to be November 20th, Wednesday at noon. This Wednesday at noon. And then we have a couple of Calvary Cares Drop-In Center celebrations and workshops coming up. Calvary Cares Drop-In Center is located at 33 Braley Road in East Freetown. Each workshop starts at 9:30 a.m. with refreshments and networking. The next workshop will be January 17th, 2025. Recovery coaching, how can it help? Free lunch for peer groups. But before then, there will be a Christmas party, child and community Christmas party, free toys and gifts on December 20th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There'll be free food at these events, and come and join them. For more information, 774-417-6492 or 508-858-8875. And also, Celebrate Recovery's 12-step program will be taking place every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the International Nazarene Church in the back building, 278 Pleasant Street, New Bedford. All are welcome. This is a non-smoking meeting. And again, the contacts that I just mentioned, the numbers that I just mentioned, are the same for this one as well. So that's good there. Done.
Yeah, I guess
You have something?
Yeah. Check out.
All right, we have something. We have an event today.
It's at the City Winery at 12 o'clock.
Yes, we have a Chachi LaPrette Beals City Winery event today at noon, 12 to 2 p.m. There will be a special guest, Rod Davis, member of John Lennon's original band, The Quarrymen. Featured live music by While My Guitar Gently Weeps band. That is the famous song there.
Yeah.
Hosted and produced by Chachi LaPrette and John Logan, and Bradley J. as Master of Ceremonies.
And I think it's the 56th anniversary of, what album is that? It says it right there. You didn't read it all. Read it all.
56th anniversary of the White Album.
The White Album. Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys like the Beatles.
Great event.
And you like Chachi and you like all that stuff, I guess City of Winery is the place to go at noontime today.
Yep, noontime today. Yes.
So, yeah.
Maybe drive down there, though. we took the green line one.
We took the green line. We were late.
Not good.
We gave ourselves like 2 hours from here.
Yeah. Well, if you go, drive. It's it's better.
No, you can take the commuter rail.
You can take the commuter rail. Yeah.
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 Either
Either take the commuter rail or drive. Do not take the green line.
Yeah, we took
You will be late for the event.
Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. You know, we were actually 20 minutes late. And
you will be late for the event if you take the green line.
It took us an hour. It took an hour. Once we got on the train, it took us an hour to get to the North Station.
All right, yeah. There you go. All right, sports. Let's do some sports here. We have MIAA football tournament information here. First off, for Division Number 1, round of 4 is set. The date and time isn't set yet, but the teams are set. It'll be St. John's Prep versus Needham on one side, and then it'll be Severian Brothers and Boston College High on the other. There it is again. St. John's Prep and Severian fighting for a spot in the championship once again. Those two teams, they face each other on Thanksgiving. Those two teams, looks like that could happen again, where they have their matchup on Thanksgiving, and then they have a matchup in the championship. It could happen once again. Obviously, St. John's Prep has to go through Needham first, and Severian Brothers has to go through BC High first before we talk about that. But it looks pretty good for them there. But details on those games have not been released yet. It probably will be released probably tomorrow, I would guess. So there you go. Division 1, the Final Four is set there. Division number 2, Catholic Memorial versus Wellesley on one side, Marshfield and King Philip Regional on the other. King Philip Regional local as well, and good. Wish them good luck against Marshfield. They're fighting for a spot in the championship as well. All the championship games will be held at Gillette Stadium over, I believe it's a 2-day period, or maybe even a 1-day period, maybe just 1 day. I thought it might have been 2 days. I think it was last year, but over I think it's over a 2-day period because there's 8 games, so it's kind of hard to play 8 games in one day. All games are 2+ hours, so it's kind of hard to play 8 games in one day. So it's 2 days. But Final Four in Division 2, that looks like a pretty good Final Four there. Division 3, Reading Memorial and North Attleboro, and Mansfield versus Walpole in the Final Four there for Division 3. Division 4, Duxbury versus Tewksbury Memorial, Grafton versus Scituate on the other side. Division 5, Shawsheen Valley Tech and Old Rochester Regional versus on the one side, Foxborough and Hanover on the other. Foxborough winning Division 5 last year. They won the championship last year. I think they're facing Hanover. I think they were facing Hanover last year. I'm not 100% certain. I think it was against Hanover, the championship last year. But that's going to be a good matchup. Hanover versus Foxborough in Division 5 Final Four. Division 6 Final Four, Hudson and Norwell, and Fairhaven and Swampscott. Swampscott, Don, that's going to be a good one. And Fairhaven.
Well, Swampscott is Chuck Hart's
yeah.
School. He played for Swampscott.
That's going to be a battle.
Listening,
Fairhaven and Swampscott, that's going to be a battle. Fairhaven
Where's the game at?
is really good. What?
Where's the game be playing at?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But Hudson and Norwell on one side, Fairhaven and Swampscott on the other for Division 6. Division number 7, Uxbridge and Northbridge, Don. Here we go. We know Northbridge as well, so
yeah, we do.
Here we go. Yep. Mashpee and Clinton on the other. So that's going to be Uxbridge and Northbridge is going to be probably very entertaining. And Mashpee and Clinton as well for Division 7 on the Final Four. Division 8, Randolph and Neshoba Valley Tech, and Carver and West Boylston. Carver and West Boylston was the Division 8 championship last year. This year it is the Final Four. We'll see what happens in this one. Hopefully Carver can exact some revenge there and get a win over West Boylston. Last year they were blown out by West Boylston in the championship game. So we'll see what happens in this one in the Final Four. But there are your MIAA football Final Fours matchups. None of those games have dates and times yet. They probably all will have dates and times by this time. Well, not this time tomorrow, but sometime tomorrow morning we'll probably know, or sometime during the week. Oh, we got a call. So let's take this call and say good morning, caller. You're on Middleboro in review.
And I want to spell it for you: SWAMP Scott. Swampscott against the Big Blue Joey and Don against the Blue Devils of Fairhaven.
That's going to be a great matchup.
What's up, Chuck? How you doing?
As soon as Joe was talking about all the football, high school football stuff, I sort of had to call in. But, oh, by the way, I wanted Taxi. Joe, you got to watch Taxi. Great show. Iconic, right, John?
Yeah. I mean, we grew up with Taxi. I mean, that was like, late 70s, early 80s that came out. And, Tony Danza, who else was it? Judd Hirsch, Mary Lou Henner.
Judd Hirsch, Tony Danza, obviously Danny DeVito. But I just want to back up and say about Swampscott real quick. Swampscott had a legendary football coach. He's one of the most legendary football coaches in the history of Massachusetts. His name is Stan Bonilevich, and I had the pleasure of playing for him. The last time I stepped on the field was in 1986 at Swampscott High School when we played Marblehead, and we beat them in the Thanksgiving Day game. And this year, Swampscott is having their Thanksgiving Day game, and I don't like this, Don, you might agree. They're having it the night before at Fenway Park. Now, I think that's a beautiful thing, but I want to Thanksgiving Day games to me need to be played on Thanksgiving. But go Big Blue, they're going to be playing Wednesday night at Fenway Park. I don't remember who they're playing, and I might go depending on the weather, but they'll be at Fenway Park. The tickets are $20 to set online if anyone's interested in going to. There's a couple of football games at Fenway Park. I'm excited. I don't know when it's going to be on, but I'm excited to see Swampscott and Swampscott and Fairhaven.
Well,
So I'll let you guys go. Have a great day, guys.
all right, take care, Chuck.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye bye. All right, so I'm gonna
We've always gone to the games,
yeah.
you and I, and lately we've been spending the Thanksgiving football games here at the studio because
Yeah.
you do the
And we'll be doing that again this year.
yeah.
I'll talk about that in a second. But I gotta add Taxi to my list of television shows I gotta watch. Taxi and,
Oh, you know
then,
what else
and then NYPD
Who
Blue.
else is in the taxi there? Doc
Yeah.
Brown.
Oh, cool.
What's his name?
Cool.
Doc Brown. Who's Doc Brown?
Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I don't know his I don't know the
I forgot
actor's
his
name.
We all know him. Christopher
Yeah,
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, there we go.
He's a nut.
But yeah,
He's Jim. He's Jim in that. He's awesome.
but yeah,
character.
but Taxi, I'll add that to the series, a list of series I have to watch, including NYPD Blue. You were playing a little bit of NYPD Blue yesterday for me, and I was like, this is pretty interesting.
I think NYPD Blue is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best crime genres.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Law and Order is like a lot of people say that's been on forever, and that's really good. But NYPD Blue, Dennis Franz, Sipowicz. Oh, I love Sipowicz. Sipowicz got attitude, and everyone's in that too. David Caruso was in that, and that started his career, and he went on to Miami CSI Miami, and he did really good with that. So
Yeah, that was a big one too, Miami CSI, and
yeah.
really anything that
All those
what's his
spin-offs
name
were-
does. What's his name there? The producer,
Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf. Anything Dick Wolf does is just fantastic.
Oh yeah.
You know, Law and Order, everything
Oh
he
yeah.
does.
Everything he touches, it was. You know,
It's gold.
It's gold.
Yeah, so that's something I gotta check out in NYPD Blue. Anyway, before we take our last break right now, we gotta talk about the Patriots. 3-7 after 10 games. Not great, not great, but there are promising signs with this team. You got Drake May, who's doing very, very well. You got some of your tight ends that are doing really, really well as well. Hunter Henry is really good. Austin Hooper's pretty good too. But the rest of the team is just not good. It's not good, and you're losing games because of it. You got a golden opportunity to win a game tonight, this afternoon, against the Rams. This is a golden opportunity. The Rams are coming off a massive loss. Gotta take it. Gotta take this opportunity. You gotta beat the Rams. It's a very important game for the Patriots. Playoffs. Don't think about playoffs. If I'm the Patriots, don't think about playoffs. Take this one game at a time. The AFC East, it's pretty much done. The AFC East, it would be the Bills who will win that division. But I mean, if you win out, I mean, you could technically maybe get a wild card spot if you win out at 10-7. But is it likely you're gonna win out? No. But you gotta take this one game at a time, and it starts today with the Rams. Beat the Rams. Go 4-7. This is a game that they have to win. It's important. The Rams will be traveling here to Foxborough, so I don't think the Rams are gonna like that too much. The cold weather. Some of the West Coast teams tend to not like the cold weather. So
It's not really cold though.
it's not really cold,
I
but
mean-
it's not like 80 degrees. It's not 70 degrees.
But I mean,
It's not California.
Yeah, but most football teams, I mean, they travel all over the place. They're not getting that weather, but it's usually rainy and windy and
Oh, of course.
crappy and cloudy.
Of course, but it'll be cold.
But it's not. It's the even
It'll
the
be
weather.
somewhat cold.
I mean, we had a couple cold mornings
Yep.
last week, but we're what, 17 days
We'll
into
see.
November?
We'll see how this affects them. It's
not
gonna be.
affect them. It's beautiful out. By the time
We'll
they
see.
take the field, it's gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna
We'll
be
see.
50,
We'll
60 degrees.
We'll see. Sometimes with the West Coast teams, weather can be a factor. It doesn't matter.
I think a month from now.
Doesn't matter.
I think a month from now.
But
Yeah.
anyway, you got that. So
Yeah.
it's an important game. Rams versus the Patriots. It's an important game.
And our friend Bill is gonna be at the game.
Yes, Ed Miller is at the game today, which means I am running the board for Stand Up Strong, which is at noon today. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Tony has a guest today for Stand Up Strong. We were on Stand Up Strong, last week, right?
Yes, we were.
What a great, we all get together in the studio, all four of us, talk about a great show, all good friends. It's awesome that, especially here at WVBF, you definitely get real debate. And it's, every time it seems like real good debate has gone out the window. It's just a screaming match now. And you're wrong, and I'm not going to listen to you, and stuff like that. And debate's gone out the window on the national level and in the local levels in some cases, too. So, you get a good show that strong debate, respect for each other, and that's what's got thrown out the window is respect.
Yeah.
You got a show like Stand Up Strong. I love going on the show with those guys. When he asked me this, I was like, yeah, maybe what's going on? And we'll hope to have Ed Miller on too. He usually comes on. We gotta ask him.
We'll ask him next week.
Yes, but we just gotta nail down a date.
Yeah, we'll ask him. We'll ask him next week and nail down a date.
Do you want to?
Yeah. Also, next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the host.
Yes, I'm the host, so I'll announce it.
Right.
Next week we'll have Denny Harmon of the Distant Signals YouTube channel coming on once again. We'll talk about everything that's going on with this channel since the last time we talked. What's going on in Florida when it comes to transportation in his area, Tampa, and we'll probably talk about some Thanksgiving stuff too. Thanksgiving football, maybe a little bit towards the end for a couple minutes because it is Thanksgiving week week. So we'll probably talk about what he does when it comes to Thanksgiving football. If he does go to any of the games and talk about what some of the teams are down there.
Yeah.
And same thing here.
I know he was from Tallahassee, but I talked to him. I called him. He called me back, whatnot, and he just put a new video out last night. It's called "What Are Those Guys Saying?" Understanding the
radio communications.
Yeah, understanding radio communications
for railroads, and that was a good video.
Yeah, you watched it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
it was a really good
He
video.
came out. He told me it was good. When I talked to him, he called me back about 11 o'clock, and he told me he was working on that. So I was excited about that, and I just love his content. And actually, I think Paul. I think I sent a couple to Paul last because he likes the trains or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But he's done really well because when he first came on, what was it, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
He said the pandemic made his channel go through the roof because everyone was stuck at home. So they find some, and I think he had 80 videos already done about mostly Florida and rail fanning.
Yep.
But it's a professional production. It's the nuts and bolts of everything. I mean, if you're interested in trains and you go on and you look at other rail fans that are doing videos, there's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Footage is good. It's goofy in some places, but I do enjoy them. I watch them. But as far as Danny Harmon's Distant Signal, it is superb. It is professional made. The nuts and bolts. He called me up and asked because I drive oil tankers, oil trucks, 10 wheelers and 6 wheelers. He asked me about what's the size of he got a footage of a train getting fueled up, and Florida's different than Massachusetts as far as what they use for equipment. I mean, every part of the country's, and they use diesel fuel or number 2 fuel probably to run low sulfur fuel. Actually, if they got to run it, but he asked me, and and I told him I think it was a 7,500 gallon truck. If I was to guess, looking at it, and he went with that. So that's good. He called me, and what about that?
All right, we're 2.5 minutes here. With these last 2.5 minutes, I'm going to try to speed run this, but we have MBTA subway stuff to talk about.
Oh, subway!
Green line.
The subway ran good. I took the subway from South Station to Braintree yesterday, and it's back up to speed.
Awesome. All right, we got to speed run this. All right. Green Line D branch service will be suspended between Union Square and Lechmere up until today. I don't know if that. I think that's probably through today.
Through today, yeah.
Yep, through
Probably,
today due to track work. Riders could use bus routes 86 and 91 between Union and East Somerville station, and also on the Medford branch. There, on the Medford branch for those stations. E and D branch. No train service between Park Street and East Somerville this weekend. Due to track work, use shuttle buses between East Somerville
Starting at
and
8:30.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so that's coming up. It's
Hey,
coming up.
tonight.
Yes, tonight. Weekend branch, night work. There you go. Due to track work, shuttle buses between East Somerville and North Station. Use Orange Line for that. And no train service between Medford Tufts, Union Square, and Park Street, December 6th through the 20th for track work. Use shuttle buses between Medford Tufts and North Station. Use Orange Line downtown. Shuttles will not service Union Square. You're going to use bus route 86 plus 91. All right, Orange Line. Orange Line. Nothing other than a bunch of escalators being down, elevators being down. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Red Line. That's going to have some things going on with it. Shuttle buses replace service between Harvard and Broadway beginning November 17th at 8:30 p.m. through the 24th for track work. Shuttles will not be directly servicing Park Street Downtown Crossing, board shuttles at Haymarket or State. And this extends to JFK on the 24th of November. That's pretty much it there. Mattapan Trolley looks like nothing, which is a good thing. And Blue Line is usually nothing. Yeah, bunch of elevator closures. And there is a parking closure. The Suffolk Downs parking lot will be closed on December 2nd and December 3rd, which is a full-day closure due to construction. Vehicles left on the lot during these times will be relocated or towed at the vehicle owner's expense. So if you're on the Blue Line during that day, don't park at Suffolk Downs.
It's always good. I mean, we went on a vacation and we left our vehicle at Middleboro Lakeville, and we paid. You know, you can pay up to 5 days, and then we had to repay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good to check that out, because if you think, I'm not sure if I think that's the case of all the MBTA parking.
Yeah.
You go to that station in the Blue Line, and you go away, and you think you can pay, and then you come by and your car's not towed.
I know.
So it's always look at the alerts before
exactly.
you leave your car there.
Very important.
Even though you're paying, maybe it won't let you pay. I don't know because
All right.
because of that.
All right, it's 8 o'clock. Thank you everyone for watching today, or watching if you're on the Facebook, listening if you're on the radio. We'll be back next week for another edition of Middleboro in Review, and I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Middleboro Matters, so stay tuned for that. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and go Patriots! Bye, everybody.